Hello and welcome, I'm Arumba. Thank you for joining me. Let's talk about Conclave in CK2 with Steejo and Shen. How you guys doing?
I'm doing pretty well. You know, Jerusalem took my capital. Doing okay.
Any idea why that happened? I still don't understand.
I have no idea. It was an unlanded title because the title was gone. Like all the land was taken in that holy war. So I don't know why it went there. The only thing I can think of is because Poland was gavelkind, that it just handed out the titles to whatever children were there. But if the title of Jerusalem was handed out to someone, why did that someone also get the county of Prague? I don't know.
Yeah, they probably couldn't have gotten just the titular kingdom of Jerusalem without
Had
another
to be
province.
landed something. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyway, what we're gonna do is we're gonna just talk about like our thoughts on Conclave, since we've played it for I don't know a couple dozen hours at this point. It seems like, and then we're gonna wrap up the campaign because it's kind of dragging. We're not really having as much fun as we did when we first started playing it, and I guess we're gonna talk about why that is.
Yeah.
So, Steejo, what do you think? Where do you want to start?
Oh, let's. I've got the patch notes up on my other screen for Conclave. We'll have a little look at all the stuff, and we'll try and see what we liked and what we didn't like.
Mm-hmm.
So the first one that we've got is non-aggression pact, which I kind of like them. Like, I thought the non-aggression pacts were pretty good. The ability just to grab an alliance and make sure that they come in with you.
But that wasn't just an alliance. The way it used to work was when you get a marriage or something like that, you negotiated the alliance at that time. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you got a royal marriage with someone who was powerful, you could have that strong ally instantly. The way it works now is you get the marriage, and then you have to offer them the non-aggression. And if they don't like you, they can say no to that.
Yeah, I kind of like that though.
And then after you get the non-aggression, then you have to offer the alliance. And if they
Well,
don't
you get the non-aggression just like straight up from the marriage.
Right, but you have to renegotiate it if someone dies or something.
But you also don't have to do the royal marriage. If you have high enough opinion with someone, you can just ask for a defensive pact outright.
Oh, really? Okay.
I did that once. But yeah, I like it. I thought that was probably one of the better features to Conclave. It's just the idea that you could have a defensive network, and it's not just like some random cousin is married to some guy, and so you're allies. You know, you actually negotiate the relationship.
Yeah, you can have tons of marriages all over the place, and it's not an alliance.
Yeah. The next one is it's saying that grand feasts and grand tournaments have been reworked so that they're not mean time to happen. They're triggered now. It's like, well, yeah, why is that? Why is that apparently a major change, considering like feasts and hunts are pretty much fucking worthless now anyway?
Yeah, they're not as useful as they used to be.
They trained us. They trained us for like 2 years to never click that button anymore because they made them so worthless compared to what they used to be that I'm not even aware that they're different.
Yeah.
Because I'm never going to click the button again. They're so pointless.
Yeah, that's it. The fucking councils, man.
Okay. Yeah, here's Steejo. I know you have some things to say about councils.
Fucking councils.
Lay it on us.
It's just like, you just can't, it just hamstrings you from doing anything if people don't like you, which was what happened to me. It's so bullshit. I mean, the first thing I done, someone, like, when we started this series, someone says to me in the comment section, they're like, dude, the first thing you want to do is try and just eradicate your council, because all it'll be is fucking issues down the line. And I got so close as well. I was one law away from eradicating my council. My character died. And it was like, fuck's sake. And then just everything went to shit.
No one liked you enough to approve any of your decisions after that.
Yeah, my character died, and then the gavelkind kicked in, and I lost my king title, and yeah, I lost my king title, and then that meant that I had to, and fuck, man, all sorts of bad shit happened. But yeah, not a fan of the councils. I don't know why they needed to change it. It was kind of interesting, but not like what was wrong with the way that councils worked before. And this powerful vassals not on your council thing is just making councils so much more annoying.
I think one of the problems that I have with the powerful vassals and councils is simply that they change. And there's no indication that, oh, this person is no longer a powerful vassal, so you should probably take him off your council and put in the new powerful vassal. But they don't tell you that. There's no like list of who your powerful vassals are. You have to go scouring through your list of vassals and search for them.
did, like, that's just even more fucking micro in a massively micro heavy game.
Mm-hmm. I didn't, the part about consoles, I don't mind some of the console stuff. I think it's kind of neat from a roleplay perspective.
Mm-hmm.
But the 5 different, like, personalities of your console, the whole, like, pragmatist, loyalist, glory hound, zealot, I don't know. That part was just kind of a little bit too it's just too minor to me. It's like, what? So you're a glory hound. Okay, what the hell does that mean? Why are you a glory hound? How can I make you not a glory hound? Like, vote for the stuff I want to do. Come on. And then you have to do the favor system, which is fine, but so then you ask someone for a favor, or you spend money to get them to do the favor, and then like 3 months later they'll vote for tribal council law, and you're like, why the hell are they doing that? And it's because you have a favor you paid for it with a favor, and so they're just voting on random shit, and you don't know why, and it doesn't make any sense. Like, there's no tribes in the empire. Why are they voting on that? And yet here we are. Which also reminds me, another change with the whole council thing is this realm peace thing. And I've already said my piece on this earlier, but I'll say it again. I hate realm peace. I mean, it was not sold the way that it's implemented. It was sold as a, hey, you've got this huge nation and you're trying to change succession laws, and you can't do it because there's always someone fighting. Right. That was a common problem in the past. You can enforce realm peace so that you can pass your succession law. Instead, it's just every 5 years, or every 10 years, you're going to have half of that time, 5 years, where you can't go to war. It says 50% Regency Council from EU4 all the time.
Yep.
The only reason we've been able to do anything is because I've been the Emperor and I've not clicked the button.
Yeah, I don't think Realm Peace makes any sense the way they're selling it. If it was just for a specific event, like you were saying, I need Realm Peace for 6 months to get something voted, or to hold a tournament or whatever. Just have Realm Peace, you can get something done. That'd be great. But it's not. It's for 5 years. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. What's next?
Councils. And then a load of AI changes. What about requesting favors and disliking lieges?
What about defensive pacts and coalitions?
Well, I've been the most impacted by that the last few, like last week or two.
Because you've been the Emperor.
Yeah, and I hate it. I hate it just with a passion, because I'm looking at it right now, and it could be partially because we played before, and then there was a patch that changed it from coalitions to defensive pacts.
Oh right, we played during the patch. Yeah, we played when it was coalition, and then after. Yeah.
So it could be partially. Like, I'm looking at my threat right now, and I still have Holy Roman War for your claim, Shen, on Poland, 184.38%. And
I see that. Yeah.
My threat is at 67.76%, and it's decaying at 0.21%. Per month, per month. That's 322 months divided by 12 months a year. That's 27 years of threat. That's a pretty long time to make it go away. And all I did was like take advantage of a claim that you got. It's like they're making it so you can't play the game. I mean, we can beat the coalition.
You used to.
Like, I'm looking at the coalition right now, and it's a coalition of the animist. Like, not animist, sorry, I'm thinking of EU4. We've got like the Slavs up in the northeast. We've got all the Catholics. We've got all the people in Iberia and Northern Africa all banding together against us because what? We pressed your claim on Poland? Like, or we took over the Duchy of Flanders? Big freaking deal. I don't know.
See, it's just I don't mind that change so much. I honestly don't mind it that much, especially since they broke up the coalition into these smaller groups. Because we did go to war with France, right? We fought one of the coalitions, and it was nothing. It wasn't even a big deal.
Yeah, that was when it was just the Catholic coalition, because we had less threat. Now we have more threat, and so now they've all banded together. But is it fun? Is it a fun mechanic?
We are the Holy Roman Empire, like. But no, I don't think it adds much. Saying that, I don't really like coalitions in EU4 either. I think they're just a way to slow down the progression of the game.
Yeah, but you do realize that in the past with CK2, I mean, you could blob out and eat the entire map in just a few short years. It didn't take that much effort.
Yeah. Well, is the answer to that to shove coalitions in? Not sure.
I don't know. Maybe it's just rosy tinted glasses, just trying, remembering what the game used to be and how it's changed. But there's just something about like being restricted. I can't attack because of the realm piece. I can't attack because there's this coalition. I can't attack because there's truces. I can't attack. Like there's all these different things.
I can't attack because my council says no.
Yeah.
Or the nonsense that Steejo was running into. I can't give away land because my council's not happy with me because they're not happy with me because I have too much land.
Yeah, because he had his realm set to council approves the distribution of land, so he couldn't give the land away because the council didn't like him. But the council didn't like him because he had too much land. What the hell?
Fucking dumb, man.
Yeah.
Next thing, I don't think we spoke about children's educations.
Oh, bring it up. Lay it on us. Talk to you. You lived the life of a child. I never had that. I had seniority succession.
Right. Yeah. So the way it was advertised when it was coming out, because this is one of the things that I was most excited about. It was like, you're going to have more control over your child's education. You'll get to steer them in the right direction and things. Whereas what they've done is they've gave us these fucking younger childhood education choices, which just give us all these new traits that aren't really explained. Even the tooltip doesn't really explain where it goes further on. It says that it can lead on to like an adult trait, like diligent or patient, etc. But it doesn't tell you if it's going to be good for giving your child a proper education focus down the line. And then you need to choose the initial trait that's going to make the second trait, the adolescent trait, better to give you a better education, give you a chance at a better education. It's like, well, you've just added more choices for me that I don't really care about.
I think that's one of the major problems I had with it was I have 61 living family members right now. Do you know how many kids that is that I got all these pop-ups for? And it's like it's insane how much clicking there is just to deal with all these kids. Maybe what there should be is some type of overview where you can just say, this is a template for a child that I would like. And I know it's a stupid thing to say, this is a template I want, but if you're gonna select, diplomatic policies for the kid, if you're gonna select martial policy for this kid, then just have that and say like, hey, I want this kid to grow up to have this type of education. Just do that. And then I don't have to worry about all this stupid button clicking.
Yeah. Or they should have done it the way that it used to be, where you give the kid away to someone, that educator then chooses those two for you.
That'd be
and
nice.
If you're educating the kid, you choose, and that's it. Like, so you choose the two kids that you're educating.
There's two wards, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, it was just trying to line it up like, okay, I'm looking at willful, right? I've got a kid who's going to do the struggle focus, and then he's going to become rowdy or willful. And then when you do the next level up from being a child to like being an adolescent, then depending on which one of these random traits they got, which is not guaranteed they're going to get these, then you have to hover over those tooltips and see, okay, well, someone who's got the willful trait is going to do better with this type of one, but not better with this type of one. And it was just too detailed, too much. And I ended up just doing what I usually would do. I would just say, okay, I want a military character, so I'm going to go struggle, and then an adolescent, I'm going to pick the red one. I don't care. Yeah. Everything else doesn't matter. I want someone with high martial, or I want someone with high diplomacy. That's all I care about. But then, Steejo, you didn't really touch upon how being an actual kid, like, were the events any different? Did you feel like you were more engaged in the game, or was there anything to do while you were a kid?
I got like 2 pop-ups, and it was the old pop-ups. Like, one of them was to push my guardian off a balcony. Oh, sorry, I did actually get one pop-up. Oh no, I think I got 2 pop-ups that had to do with the new education system. One of them was like I could sing a song to someone, and I got prideful. And there was another one that was like get frail or not frail, and I was like, well, I don't want to be frail, so I think I shall choose not frail.
That's really engaging right there.
Yeah, that was.
So your experience was it didn't really add much to being a child. If your character was a child, and
it's pretty much what you would have got before, except this time I'm choosing a different set of traits as opposed to me choosing I want to be diligent, or I want to be greedy, or I want to be charitable. This time I was choosing I want to be fucking an idolizer, or I want to be fussy. So it's just more fuzzy logic.
Fussy logic, I get it. Fussy logic.
Hey.
Yeah, I honestly didn't care for it. It didn't. I don't mind having to choose a child's education, but I do mind having to choose it for 20 kids for all my stupid relatives, and then I have to choose it not only their first education but also their second education. You have to do it twice for every kid. That's a lot. Yeah. And I mean, I had enough pop-ups, saying like, hey, this person arrived at your realm, or this person was caught plotting, or this person was doing XYZ, or your liege is doing some bullshit over here. I don't need all this stuff with the kids as well. It'd be nice if I could just say, hey, I want this kid to be a martial kid. Done. Do it.
Yep. Which is basically what we had before.
Yeah.
You'd stick them under your actual marshal, the literal marshal.
Yeah.
And you'd get a martial education. Most of the time. I mean, I don't know. One of the things I remember in the past, I liked playing as a Muslim in this game because when you were Sunni, you didn't have to worry about the daughters. Mm-hmm. The daughters would all automatically be educated, which was great because you only cared about the boys. So it was like one less thing to worry about. And now they've just kind of reversed all that, and now we just have even more detail to comb through.
Yeah.
So all that being said, I mean, is there more in the patch notes or?
Yeah, well, we've got like all the new laws that they put in.
Right.
Okay.
Which is just like pretty good.
That was different for me. I found it strange. Like even right now, I mean, we're obviously still in the game. I'm looking, and the vast majority of my income is coming from feudal taxation, and that is a huge change from the way the game used to be. It used to be almost be nothing at all from your feudal vassals. Now I'm making like fully 60% of my income from nobles. So I feel like there's so much money. I have so much money. I've spent 10,000, 15,000 gold on buildings, and we're only in the year 1100. So
yeah, money does seem a lot easier to come by.
Mm-hmm.
But saying that, you are the head of the Holy Roman Empire.
True, but even if you look at, you can look at this for anyone. Go look at France. The vast majority of its income is feudal taxes.
Yeah, I found I've been getting a lot more cash than I normally expect in a game of CK2. I do like the new laws. Like I like the change in it all. Like you can change status of women, and you can change the centralization, and yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I like it. It's kind of like sliders.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of nice. You can change the focus. It's a bit slow. I mean, it's only 1 per 5 years, and then of course you've got random council members initiating votes on tribal shit for no reason.
I think part of the reason why it felt so slow for changing laws is simply because we're playing on speed 2. And that it won't be that slow if you're playing on, speed 4 or whatever in a single player game.
Go look at the Seljuk Empire. Mm-hmm. How much money he's making. He's making 523 ducats off feudal taxation. That guy is rich.
Wow.
He's not the emperor, but he's the Seljuk Empire, and he's doing pretty well.
Crazy.
That's a lot of cash.
Another thing that we barely touched on was the dynamic mercenaries. I think Shen, you made a mercenary band.
I did. Apparently because right. Arumba, you made mercenaries out of your troops, right? How did that actually work out for you?
I immediately canceled it because it cost me like 20 or 30% of my levy.
Yeah. So
and the thing is, it wasn't based on like a fixed number of troops. It was just you just lose flat out, like lose 20 or 30%, whatever the number was, of every holding you have. So if you have 6 provinces, there goes, who knows how many thousands of troops.
And you don't get anything out of it unless people hire those troops as mercs.
Yeah. So I just canceled it.
If you go to the list of available mercs, there's 44 mercs available. 44 different groups to hire.
That's crazy.
So if Arumba's list was in there somewhere, it'd be number 45. No one would ever hire him, so he would never get anything out of it. It would just be you lose this levy. That's all it is.
Well, but like look at like the sort by cost.
Mm-hmm.
And then the third one down is available to be hired. The Roman Rurikid, the Pronskian Band, monthly cost 2.28 ducats for 90 troops. I'm not going to hire that. Why the hell would I hire that for 90 troops? Doesn't make sense. Like, it's such a small amount. Then you got a bunch that are just boats. 9 ducats a month for 10 boats. Come on. Those are some they must be like luxury cruise liners or something.
Yeah, but merc boats have always been expensive in this game.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I didn't see any value in it. I liked it better when Old Gods came out, and the big deal then was that your Norse children could like go and join the Varangian band.
Oh yeah, that's right.
They'd come back with like tons of prestige or some money or some like nasty traits or
syphilis.
Yeah, no, they could be castrated. Like that was more interesting to me than this mechanic.
Yeah, it is. I think this, it's an interesting idea, but I think what might make it a little more feasible is if you lent them out to a merc band, and that merc band was already an established group. So that group would either get bigger because you joined them, or simply your people would become part of it as part of their existing numbers, and then you would receive a portion of the pay, because the existing merc bands get hired a lot because it's a large number of troops. And when you hire mercs, you don't want 90 troops, you don't want 400 troops, you want like 6,000 mercs or whatever. You need a sizable number of troops to help you fight a war. Like, I just hired 2,000 troops for this war. I wouldn't hire 400 troops from some random idiot. So if you were able to lend out your levy like you did to an existing merc group, and there's only like maybe 10 groups or 10 mercs to hire at any given time, then they would probably consistently be hired whenever there's a war. So you can assume, hey, if there's a war, I'm going to make money. I'm going to turn some of my levy into troops, into mercs, and just let it happen. But the way it is now with 44 mercs to choose from, I'm not going to do that. I mean, no one's going to pick my guys. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. I think the last thing, it's just a minor thing, is the removal of some of the ambitions. So we lost like get married, we lost like have a son, have a daughter, and but now all of the ambitions actually have something that benefits you. So you've got something like the become king allows you to, you've got a higher chance of fabricating a claim.
Oh, okay.
Stuff like that, yeah. So that's pretty interesting, but you took away my get married ambition, god damn it.
My experience the last like 2 recording sessions has been I have no valid ambition for you to pick. Just never.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. The thing I liked about ambitions as well is when you're new to the game, you click on your ambition, you get an ambition, and that's what you do. Yeah.
It sort of gives you a direction.
Yeah. Kind of like missions in EU4. It's like when you're new to the game, that's the way you get into it.
Mm-hmm.
Pick an ambition, you do it, and then you do the next ambition and the next ambition until you actually know what you're getting on.
Yeah, I think that kind of made some sense. Yeah.
So having these ambitions, it's like groom an heir, it's like have a child, like yeah, okay, fair enough. And the fact, like I mentioned in, I think it was the last episode, that it actually tells you that your fertility's increased. I like that. Thank you for telling me these things, as opposed to like the hidden fertility increases that you used to get with have a son and have a daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, some goods and some bads about that, but I think that's about us then. For our moaning and.
Did you expel the Jews?
Expel the Jews. That's all right, because I owed them 350 ducats. The bastards.
I just expelled the Knights Templar and the other one.
The Knights of Spitler.
Yeah. Wait, those were my vassals, you bastard.
I expelled them. You can't have them. So, I mean, I guess, like, final thoughts. Like, do you guys think that it's the state of the game? Like, is it a good game? Do you like it?
I think I enjoyed it more a while ago. When I say a while ago, I mean like 2 years ago. I enjoyed the game more. But it really was in a state 2 years ago where you could just do whatever the hell you want. And that's not bad. It was fun. But I didn't feel any replay value. I just didn't. I didn't feel like coming back to CK2 because it's like, oh, well, I conquered the universe. Whoop-de-doo. It's like, what now? I don't know. I conquer it again. Whoop-de-doo. I mean, it didn't really feel like there was a whole lot of variety to it. Maybe that's what they're going for, is maybe putting in these forced truces and the coalitions and all this stuff. Maybe they're forcing you to play a different style of game. Maybe that's their idea. I don't know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
All right. Well. Yep. So, if you hadn't noticed, we're not going to play. we're going to wrap up the campaign, mostly due to everything we just talked about. It's a good game. I think that the patch adds a lot of stuff to the game that some people might like. But if it were me, I would go into it with quite a bit of research on each of the patches and each of the DLC, and make sure it's the type of features that you really want before you buy it. Because I don't know, you might just end up disliking it. So. And you don't have to have this, like, a lot of this stuff, I think, is hidden behind that DLC paywall, right? Some of the stuff is not, but, like, coalitions, I think, are in no matter what now. But some of the childhood education, wasn't that actually part of Conclave?
I think you're right. I think, if you just give me 2 seconds, I'll just get the exact features. Oh, well, good job. This is probably one of the only DLCs they haven't actually told us what features are given and what aren't. Thanks. But if Steam is anything to go by, it is probably one of the most downvoted DLCs that I've seen for CK2.
The only thing I can think of about why it's so downvoted is simply because it changes so much that the existing players are like, well, I can't do what I used to do, and I enjoyed what I used to do. That they just don't like the new stuff, because it does change the game a lot.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Can you guys see this? Can you see this horse in Valais?
Where's this?
Arumba's playing with horses.
You gotta check out this horse in Valais, Valais. Just use the find character, find province interface if you want. It's in the mountains like Switzerland. It's 326
yes.
troops.
Yeah.
Owned by Italy. Look at how much chainmail that horse has on.
Yeah.
Did they actually wear that much chainmail? Like I don't think that horse could move. How heavy that chainmail would be?
The Byzantines had an even heavier armored horse than that.
But that is so much chainmail. It goes all the way down to his feet.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't see him being able to carry a soldier around like that.
There was plate horse armor used, was there not?
Yeah, the Byzantines had plate armor on their horses.
Those are some big, strong horses then.
Horses are not
right?
small.
Yeah.
Horses are like 1,500 pounds. I mean, they're not
Yeah,
light.
Clydesdales are big bloody horses.
They'd probably get tired though. They'd have to.
Yeah,
It's a lot of chainmail. I mean, I'm just picturing like a male shirt, and I've seen one in a museum or something, and you pick those things up, they are really, really heavy.
Well,
heavier than you think.
there's a challenge to Arumba. You need to get yourself a plate mail suit to wear, and just wear it for
Plate mail
one day.
horse.
One day of recording, and just see how much you like it.
Yeah, no. I don't think I could do that. That'd be too much. Well, anyway, I guess that's going to do it then for this series, this campaign. Yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again in the next video or the next series.
All right, have a good one, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.